In terms of the concessionaries, and you're right, that is the rub of it. Those who have met the eligibility criteria, their needs have been satisfied and they are in receipt of the waiving of the fees. The concessionaries, and there is a 1/3 increase in concessionaries this year, but the concessionaries, and I'm conscious because different people, and you yourself, Deputy, can raise individual cases. I'm very conscious of the individual circumstances of particular families who are outside of eligibility, traditionally would have received the concessionary ticket, but because of the increased eligibility now have missed out. So I am in discussions, okay, with the Minister in the context of this budget, if we can go a step further to look at measures for concessionaries, in particular concessionaries, I suppose, who have previously been in receipt of the tickets and who are, have not met the eligibility criteria, and where there is capacity on transport to cater for them. Those discussions are ongoing at this point in time in advance of next Tuesday. I am hopeful that we will be in a position to meet that need, but it is an additional need because they are additional because they have not met the criteria in the first instance.
What sort of numbers are we talking about? Are we talking close on roughly the 6,000?
In and around that, yeah.
Right. So there will be an attempt to deal with all those.
Yes, where there is capacity and where, concessionaries who, I understand, and people have given me instances, I have met individuals myself who previously received concessionary tickets, might have done so for a number of years, but always mindful as they received the tickets that their circumstance can change every year. Whether a new family moves into an area, whether a new housing development takes place,
I accept
it means
that.
it's concessionaries. But I am mindful of their particular challenge. This is a cost of living measure that was introduced, and where there is scope, as I said, in my discussion with Deeper, we will do that.
Right, and again, if there is a cost factor and any other obstacles as regards capacity that exist, and even at some point last year we were carrying about 121,400, I think anyway.
Well, that was including special needs, with the figures that I have given in terms of the 124 this time last year, and now 124,103 refers to the mainstream, and the reason I refer to those figures is because it has always been a free transport system for those availing of special education needs transport, as it were.
Right. So, what do you think the cost will be in this, and these, and again the obstacles? Obviously, the obstacles are ensuring we have capacity.
Well, okay, in terms of capacity, I am mindful that there are challenges in some instances for Bus Éireann in terms of the provision of buses or bus drivers or whatever. As I said previously, and I know I'm repeating myself here now, this is not unique to the transport section. This is, in hospitality, it's in businesses across so many different levels of society where there are issues, but we are meeting those challenges to the best of our ability. Already we are expending in excess of 300 million on the school transport system. That's an increase of 40 million from last year, and as I say, I'm currently in discussions as regards what we might be in a position to do next Tuesday.
Yeah, hopefully we have a solution.
Denis Naughten.
Thanks, Deputy.
2 minutes or 3 minutes.
Yeah. Minister, two brief questions. First of all, in relation to the concessionary pupils, we do need to see movement on this next week, and we will all support you in trying to secure the funding to do that for families that traditionally were able to avail of services. Minister, the reason I want to talk to you this morning is in relation to autistic children. Children who, as you know, didn't have a school place up until July of this year, particularly in the Athlone and Roscommon area. Eventually they got offered a school place, but now they have no school transport. I have one particular family that are travelling 120 kilometres a day at the moment to bring their son outside of the county to an autism unit at present. They have another child with a disability 20 kilometres away in the opposite direction. They are in crisis at the moment. There are a number of children, autistic children at the moment, who still have not got a school transport service. They have been issued with a bus ticket, but no bus service. So when are these children who were neglected by the department, were denied school places up until the summer, and are now being left high and dry on the side of the road without a transport service in place? When will they get a transport service that they have a right and entitlement to? Thank you.
Thanks very much, Deputy. And look, I want to say in the first instance, significant progress has been made in terms of provision of school places, school transport for children with additional and young people with additional needs. 1/4 of the budget, 25% of the budget now is expended in special education. That's right and proper. We're coming from a base where there's, more and more work being required, and I appreciate that, and I absolutely understand the importance of it, specifically in relation to the provision of the bus transport service. As you're aware, there is a free bus transport service available to children with additional needs. There is a difficulty, as I've highlighted earlier, in some instances, in some areas, of procuring the bus or bus driver. Bus Éireann is working through that. Absolutely, there will be a service provided for these children. They're entitled to it and they will receive it. And in the interim, I'm not aware of the individual cases that you've raised there, but in the interim, we can look at providing a grant to the family until the actual service is put in place. But it is an absolute given.
That's only
that
a
service will be
repayment after
provided.
the money is paid. They don't have the money, Minister. They don't have the money to do this.
But
there's no point telling them they get a payment next month or the month after. They don't have the
But
money today.
it is a guaranteed payment. It is a guaranteed payment, and it is an absolute guarantee.
If they don't
also
have
that
the money,
transport-
Minister, they can't.
Well, it's a guaranteed payment even to the provider, so like the money will come. Look, I don't know the specifics of the actual case.
I'll
that
give you the
raised here,
specifics,
and I will
Minister.
take
Yeah.
it. I will take it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.